What's up, everybody? This is Carolina Mike with SharePoint in 60 seconds. Just going to clean my lens off there so that's a little bit better. Welcome to the very first live stream for SharePoint in 60 seconds. I appreciate you being here, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. So today we are going to be talking about an issue that I saw in a tenant that I was working with where the person field wasn't updating correctly. So for whatever reason, that wasn't updating correctly. Let me go ahead and quick get the chat up so I can actually see what's going on in the chat. Let's see. All right. And you have to forgive me, this is the first live stream here. So give me just a second. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Alright, so this will be a live Q&A, but if we don't get anybody asking any questions, I'm just going to talk about this issue that I saw. And I'd be interested to see if any of you actually have the same issue. So I will check the try and check the other screen for comments as best I can. Alright, so let's go and take a look at my gaming console list, and I'm going to add a person field if I don't already have one there. Okay, so here we go. We'll go ahead and add a person field. By the way, I love this new interface. The modern interface is just super jazzy. We're going to call it person. We'll go with the default options. And there we go. So let's say we go in here. Of course, this was happening in a document library. You know what? Let me go ahead and create a document library so we can work same here. Maybe we have one already that we can use. Try not to build a whole bunch of extra stuff if I don't have to. See if we got a document library. Well, we got just regular documents. And I'm going to create a new one, so I don't want to deal with a default document library. We're going to call it person field issue. I tend to not go with any spaces so it doesn't mess up my URL. You can always change this later, and we'll show it in the navigation for now. Why not? Alright, so here we go. We got the file name, and we're going to go ahead and add the column, person, save. Now we're good to go. So let's go ahead and create a new file. Yep. Now, if you're targeted release, you're going to notice that your you're going to notice, oh, okay, interesting. Okay, well, you're still going to notice that there used to be a breadcrumb over here, but now it is in the drop down. Here's your breadcrumb to go back to the document library or back to the home page of the site that you're working on. There we go. It's saved. We're going to close this tab, and now we're back. There's our file. Now we're going to go in here. We're going to edit the metadata for this file. Let me check to see if anybody has joined the live. Nobody has joined the live just yet. Alright, it's okay. So we'll go ahead and update this person field. Now, before I type this in, here's what I've noticed has been happening. I will type in the person's name, and once I select them, it will disappear and not update. That's what I've been noticing. Let's see if this tenant does the same thing. So one click. Notice how that disappeared? I clearly selected Jake Delhomme, but Jake Delhomme is clearly not showing up here. So it's multiple tenants that are doing this. This is a brand new tenant, brand new site collection, no customizations, nothing, just straight out of the box. So we'll try Jake Delhomme again. Oh, that's the title. Imagine that. Jake Delhomme. Saving, saving, saving. Saved. Now we all just witnessed that happen live. Did he have a phone number? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, what? I have Jake Delhomme's phone number? This is crazy. Alright. So, has anyone seen this in your tenant? If so, let us know. Reply in the comments. So far, I have worked with Microsoft Text for, it's been like a couple of months, and they say they've escalated it. I even got a notice on one of my tenants that they had pushed an update that's supposed to fix it, but it is not. I mean, you just saw right there, it is not working as expected. So what are some other questions you've got? If you don't have any questions, I'm going to try and stay on for another little bit longer, or at least until my daughter comes down and tells me to stop. So, yeah. One thing that you may have seen, I can't remember if I actually created a video on this or not, but I want to go back to the actual home and talk about the hero tile. So, actually, this is the demo home. I want to go back to my home. So, let's just go. Well, you know what? It'd be interesting to see what happens if I actually change one of these here. So let's go to edit. Basically, what I want to show you is that you don't have to use images. You can use color blocks if you want. So we'll go ahead and edit the details here, and we could easily change this from an image to a color block, or back to the image. I'm curious to see what happens if I change this away. If it will remember, will it remember my custom image? Here we go, moment of truth. Will it remember? Oh, snap, it remembered. Very nice. So you can go color blocks or images. When you go color block, it appears to put the text right in the center of the tile. So we'll go with that. Some other things. Is there anything that you want to know in general about SharePoint, the modern experience, communication sites? Let's see what we got cooking here. Hey, we have 25 groups of workers doing a different program in each group. Would it be better to create 25 different document libraries or create one and add the 25 program folders inside it? This is from Josh E. He says also, each group needs unique permissions and they'll be adding a lot of files and information in their program folders. Now let me just digest this for a moment. 25 groups, different program in each group. I think this sounds like a perfect candidate for a Microsoft team, provided that, let's say each individual group is going to be working together, collaborating on those files. I would say create 25 different Microsoft teams, and you said, let's see, each group needs unique permissions. Great. So they'd be separated. They would be on their own islands, because when you create a Microsoft team, you are creating basically like an island. You are creating an island. Now, the great thing about those islands is that you can have some dotted lines. So let's say this was the US, right? You could have a communication site that would be like the hub for US, and then you could have all 50 states be their own Microsoft team with unique permissions, and then you could have a dotted line connecting all of those Microsoft teams to like a hub for all of the US, and you'd be able to share the same navigation, actually. So if you were in Minnesota team site, you'd be connected to the US hub and you'd be able to see links for all the other states. But if you're going to restrict permissions to the other states or the other groups, then you may not want that, but it is an option. So hopefully that helps you get started. Again, just to recap, you got 25 different little pockets, right? So I would go in to, here's exactly what I would do, okay? I would go into Teams. Let's see if I can get to Teams without, 1 second here. So do you want me to show you you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Would you like for me to show you a demo of what I would do with creating the team, or are you good to go? Also, okay, great. I'll show you a demo, and before I show you that, well, as I'm showing you the demo, I'll tell you a little secret here. So, oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. But give me a second to get that Teams window up here. Just a sec. You're going to see the mouse moving around, but that's just me getting Microsoft Teams pulled up on a different screen. Okay, so here's the deal. When you're creating Microsoft Teams, it's best to do it from the Teams interface, and here's why. When you do that, it automatically hides the email address for the Microsoft team. If you do it another way, if you go through like the admin portal and create it, it's going to surface that Outlook email that's associated with the team. So when people start emailing, if they happen to type something similar to the name of that team, it's going to pop up. So here, let me share that other screen just a moment. Window capture. Call it Teams. Okay. There we go. Alright. Let's make this. Whoa. And then we will. Video feed. Order. Move up. Alright. So, I think it's because I don't have it maximized. 1 second here. You have to bear with me. This is my first. There we go. Now, okay, boom. We're rocking and rolling. Alright, so I'm pretty sure you can see teams. Great. So here's the deal. We're going to go in, we're going to, sign up. We need to sign up. What are we doing? There we go. Create a team. Build from scratch. Private, since you want them to have restricted permissions from each other. And then you're going to name your team. You can name it, I suggest having a prefix before the team name so you can keep them sort of organized, but it's totally up to you. I'm just going to call it project, PROJ, colon, and we'll call it team 1. Put a little description. Always put a description. Alright, and don't worry about the URL. It will automatically fix all of the spacing here. And then click create. Now it's creating a team. So again, if you go this route, it will hide it from the Outlook address book, which I tend to like. Depends on what your customers want. Now you're going to add your people. Hey, wait a minute. I think I'm logged into the wrong tenant here. Hold on. Aha, I'm logged into the wrong tenant. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and just create it. I may have to do another one for you. And you can add your people. Once they're added here, you hit the drop down. You can change if that person's going to be an owner or not. And then you would hit close. But I'm not going to add this person just because I need to log into a different tenant. But that should get you started. And if you still want to see more, I can actually log into the correct tenant and then create the team in the tenant that I'm actually showing you. So let's just skip this for now. But that's how you would get started with that team. Let me pop in so I can see your comments here. Alright, so was some of that beneficial for you on how to get started with the Microsoft team? And if you'd like to see more, I am happy to log out of this particular tenant that I'm logged in for Teams and get back into the correct one so you can actually see more of the Microsoft Teams stuff. So I'm definitely happy to do that. Here's the issue. I work for the government. We have one large SharePoint broken down into each unit, and subunit have their own page. I don't think they allow us to create teams, but I will try. Okay, fair enough. If you don't have access to be able to do that, or they're not letting you do it, you may have to go a different route. But what you can do is certainly reach out to me. Look at any of my videos, and you can post a question. And also, I'm on Twitter at SharePoint in 60 seconds. So you can go ahead and keep reaching out, and I'm sure we can figure out some sort of way to be able to get you what you need within the confines of what you actually have access to. Do you know if you are using SharePoint Online in your environment,